Support to the affected communities who've been hit hard by torrential downpours. The President, flanked by the Premier, is also assessing government's response to the situation. KZN has since been declared a disaster area. The heavy rains and deadly floods have claimed at least the lives of 60 people.
Ngiyabonga Premier wethu ubaba uZikalala nginibingelele nonke abantu bala njengoba nisenibona ngihamba nezinye inkokheli zikahulumeni umama uNkosazana uDokotela Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma umeya wethu Baba Kaunda nabanye abaholi beka hulumeni bona no Minister uGungubele okupresident nabanye abasebenza nobaba uZikalala bakhona la nabo ama MECs ngithe mangizwa lento ehle le abantu base KwaZulu-Natal ngathi kumama uDlamini Zuma ngathi ngiyeza ngatshela no Premier wethu Zikalala ngathi ngizongena endleleni ngize namhlanje ngizozibonela ukuthi abantu bala KwaZulu-Natal bayahlelwe yini na ngiphuma emhlanganweni njengamanje nabo baye bangichazela isimo esikhona lapha KwaZulu-Natal ngempela ngisibona sisibi kakhulu nehlelwe ingozi enkulu edlula nezinye ingozi esike sazibona isikhathi besicabanga nje ukuthi into enehlele la wonke lama district alapha eKwaZulu-Natal into ezenzeka mhlambe kwamanye amazwe oMozambique oZimbabwe kodwa nathi sehlele so baye bangichazela ke ngokubanzi bangitshela ukuthi endaweni eziningi kumosheke kangakanani nako eyona into ebuhlungu kakhulu ukuthi kushone abantu abaningana izindlu zabo zibhidlekile itrada amabroho manje naleli sonto lelabhidlika la mosha nendlu kwaba nengozi so sitheke masize nalapha sizozibonela ngokwethu ukuwenzela ukuthi sibone ukuthi uhulumeni uzokwazi ukuthi ancede kanjani ancede kuphi na eyona into ekhona ukuthi ngiyajabula ukuthi uPremier nalabo asebenza nabo nomeya wethu nalabo asebenza nabo sebahlela izinto eziningi and futhi lengozi iwela ngaphansi kaKokta ngaphansi kwamama uDlamini Zuma nabo ke sizosebenza nabo bonke uhulumeni wonke uzobamisana izandla ukuthi sibone ukuthi lengozi enehlele ukuthi senzani sisebenza kanjani ukuncedisa abantu kakhulu laba abalahlekelwe izindlu abantu abanayo nendawo yokuhlala sizoya kwenye indawo lapho siyobona abantu laba fakwe khona eholweni so yonke leyo misebenzi isayenza uhulumeni sizayenza yonke indlela ukuthi sibone ukuthi sinceda kanjani so sithi njengoba uPremier esho anihambi nodwa kule ndlela sizawuhamba nani kule ndlela kule ngozi enivelele sizawunceda ngazo zonke indlela esingakwazi ukuthi sincede ngazo sithi inhliziyo zenu siyazi ukuthi ngempela zibuhlungu ngale ngozi enehlelela nani inhliziyo yami ibuhlungu kakhulu that's why ngiye ngathi noma ngize ngizozibonela ngokwami wenzela ukuthi sibone ku-national government ukuthi singanceda kanjani na uncedo lona luzoba khona sithi ke inhliziyo zenu noma zibhlungu sithi ke sinani ngaso sonke isikhathi sizohamba lendlela nani sizohamba kwezinye indawo siyobuka ukuthi kumosheke kangakanani na ukwenzela ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi uncedo luzoba khona luzoba uncedo olunjani na so ngibonga kakhulu ukuthi nisinike lelithuba ukuthi sizozibonela sikwazi ukuhlangana nani futhi sizwe ukuthi kwenzeke njani ubaba wayesechazile kancane sesizwile ukuthi lengozi enehlele la yenzeke nini na eniyenzeke kanjani ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ningamukele nalabo engihamba nabo ukuthi sibe phakathi kwenu bonge kakhulu.
Well, for more on this, let's cross now to my colleague Ayanda Mhlongo. Thanks very much, Ayanda. Of course, the president there speaking in isiZulu. Just give us a sense of what he was saying and basically what is the plan of action now?
A very good day to Nompu, good day to our viewers. Yes, that was the president's first stop this morning in the area of Clement. We know that he started his visit here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal in the eThekwini Metro by getting a briefing at the Pinetown Civic Centre from the Premier of the province. Thereafter, his itinerary was to then visit areas where there has been made a destruction, but also to meet with the family members of the victims of these floods. And there the president meeting one of the relatives of 4 children that died in that home after a church collapsed, the church wall collapsed on a shack, killing 4 children at that family home. And President reassuring the family and also community members in that area, Ward 22 in Clement, that government is on the ground, and in terms of the assistance that they're going to get, saying that they're going to prioritize food, clothing, blankets, but also shelter, as many people have had their homes are washed away, their homes are flooded, and they are in desperate need of shelter. And so the president saying that is going to be the immediate response from the government. Disaster management teams are moving around the eThekwini Metro and other parts of the province, assessing the damage and the needs of the people in these different areas. We are now at Ntuzuma, which is going to be the president's 4th stop, a busy program for him as he's moving from area to area, of course trying to cover as much ground in this one-day visit here. And we are just outside Begisisa High School, and this high school has now been opened up as a shelter for community members that have been affected in this nearby area. So the president will be meeting with the victims of this flood and people who have been displaced and are now seeking shelter here at this community, at this high school. Just behind us, I'm just going to ask Nompu, my colleague Tolani, right at the school, just to show you some of the damage that we have been speaking about. Homes that have been washed away. Seems to have been a mudslide here, and this is actually on the wall of this school, where people are going to be are seeking shelter here at the school. So this is just a small example of what the scenes that we've seen across the eThekwini Metro from yesterday when we were traveling around different parts of the city, again to what we have seen today. And clearly the president, from his facial expression when he was being shown around, really taken aback by what he has seen. The officials in KZN have said that this is a disaster like they've not seen before. There were floods in 2017, we had floods again in 2019, but these floods have by far been the worst. We are told just here in the eThekwini Metro, in informal settlements, over 4,000 homes have been washed away. And very sadly as well, Nompu, as of last night, the death toll was at 59, but we are continuing to receive a reports that more bodies are being found, and so that death toll no doubt is going to increase. We will of course be catching up with the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, the MEC for Cooperative Governance, who is responsible for coordinating government efforts, to get an update in terms of the latest statistics. The rain is also starting to come down again, and with people already panicking, with people not knowing what they're going to do. This is something, of course, that is adding to the concerns and the fears of community members. As I said, in many areas, people do not know where they're going to go. The community halls not enough to house the people that are now destitute. So the situation, Nompo, I can say, is extremely dire. Not only are people displaced, but we then also have infrastructure damage. Many areas are without electricity. Many areas are without water. We've seen water tankers being delivered to some areas to at least provide water to the affected communities. But certainly a very dire situation here in the eThekwini municipality. The president will be speaking to the media a little bit later. We will then find out, Nompu, in terms of his assessment and what assistance the national government. He is also accompanied by the National Minister of Cooperative Governance, the National Minister of Police, as well as the Minister in the Presidency, Mr. Mondli Akungubela. And so once they have seen for themselves the extent of the damage, the President will be updating the media as well as South Africa in terms of what support and assistance the national government is going to provide to the people of the eThekwini Metro and KwaZulu-Natal. Nompo?
For that report, my colleague there, Ayanda Mhlongo. Well, with the province declared as a disaster area, as Ayanda mentioned, Premier Zikalala has offered immediate assistance to families who've lost their homes.
We have declared a state of disaster. Then we are embarking as a second step on collecting the information and ensuring emergency interventions in all areas. That include ensuring that all people have accommodation, those whose houses were destroyed. It also includes ensuring that people have food and things to wear, clothes to wear and to sleep. They've got shelters. So through our disaster management team, we have been able to provide such needs to the people. We are now undertaking the assessment of damage to infrastructure, the houses that were destroyed, the roads, as well as ensuring that we take also assessment of schools, bridges, and everything that was destroyed, so that we will be able to respond with speed in trying to rebuild the infrastructure. Of course, we will be working with those families that lost their loved ones to ensure that they are given dignified funerals.